What's up, heathens? I'm HappyViking, and I'm here to make you awesome, one frothy pint of metal at a time. So drink up. If you are a frequent viewer of my show, you may have noticed that, save for my random bouts of profanity, that I am quite the verbose motherfucker. While most of the time I just use my cunning linguistics to charm the tattered jeans off of women I meet at Mastodon concerts, it also allows me to intimately respect the delicate wordsmithing of old authors, like Melville and Hugo and the bard himself, William Shakespeare. It's not known to most people, but old Billy was metal as fuck. Don't believe me? He wrote Titus Andronicus, the most violent and depraved play ever written. Seriously, it's like something Rob Zombie would come up with, and that's awesome. It also contains the very first Yo Mama joke, as I will now dramatically recite. Villain, what hast thou done? That which thou canst not undo. Thou hast undone our mother. Villain, I have done thy mother. But the reason I'm prattling on about Shakespeare is because he also wrote that cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. And there is not a more metal quality to be found in a man than courage. And who's more courageous than a cigar-chomping government-issue badass? Yeah, I'm talking about soldiers. Now, war sucks the fattest ass imaginable and causes most people to bake a batch of bum fudge in the back of their gitch. But a soldier just shrugs it off, dons some sweet-ass shades, and rides majestically into the meat grinder on a Harley made out of blood, fury, and dynamite. And for those kind of brass balls, they deserve our respect. And my, oh my, there is one band who gives them all the respect they can swallow. A band that delights in dousing their diligent defenders in a much-deserved bukkake of respect. Right in the face. And that band is Sabaton.
The lightning splitting the ground, thunder resounding, artillery pounding, with the Nazis cast on the stone, facing the forces alone.
Sabaton is a six-piece power metal band from Falun, Sweden, and they sing about war and conflict in a fashion reserved for fiery death gods from badass pagan religions. A Sabaton is also a piece of armor used to cover a knight's foot, which is really appropriate because Sabaton kicks your ass. They vigorously violate your eardrums with a bombastic blitzkrieg of thundering drums, rampaging riffs, and implausible manliness. They are so manly that they bench press panzers, eat battleships, and shit Black Hawk helicopters. They are so manly that lesser men in their presence pee themselves and then burst into flames. They're so manly that their lead singer is Soap McFucking-Tavish from Modern Warfare. Seriously, look at that shit. It's unreal. And as I said, they sing about war. Like, 90% of their songs are about historical battles and campaigns, ranging from D-Day
As we make our way to heaven, to the mountain line, Limo Victoria.
to Desert Storm, and Sabaton pays tribute to all of the action movie summer blockbuster style heroism that can be found within the grisly theater of human conflict. From both sides even. That magnificent bastard of a kraut, Irvin Rommel, gets a song.
They are the Palestine elite, born to compete, never retreat.
But Sabaton doesn't stick to the glorious side of combat, no. They get down in the muck and dirty themselves with the gritty and brutal realities of all those broken by the dreadful engine of war.
Where freedom burns, the final solution.
Oh, now I feel bad. Yay, now I'm happy and optimistic again.
The final solution.
No. They are proud members of the Nuclear Blast family, and they have 6 albums full of wartime deliciousness. But you may be wondering how this mighty and masterful metal machine came to be. Well, gather around, children, and I'll tell you. Once upon a time in a mythical land called Sweden, there were 2 guys named Par and Richard said to Par, "Let's fuck shit up," and Par was all like, "Word," so they gathered together a bunch of their homies, Daniel, Oscar, and Joachim. But they were so pumped up on fucking shit up that they spaced and forgot they couldn't write songs, and that they didn't have a singer. So Joachim leaped to the rescue and said, "Hey guys, I can write songs," and they were all like, "Sweet, can you sing?" Then Joachim was like, "Oh fuck no, my singing sounds like farce." Then everyone else said, "Fuck it," and they got him to do double duty as both keyboardist and singer anyway.
Once we lived in harmony, but it seems so distant now.
They sounded like ass, but regardless, they went into the great beyond and fucked shit up as only they could. And in 2005, they got Daniel Meer to take over the keyboard duties so Joachim could focus on singing full time. And naturally, he got better. Joachim's voice is ridiculous. It's like the audio equivalent of shotgunning an energy drink whilst getting head in a monster truck. It's extreme at the very least. At the most, its ball-crushing intensity will induce war flashbacks from previous lives. First time I listened to Primo Victoria, I drifted out of thought and time and found myself draped in the Canadian flag on Juno Beach. I was raining lead death upon the German fortifications whilst brutally skull-fucking a Nazi corporal. Of course, when I snapped back, I realized I had actually shot up the storeroom and skull-fucked my supervisor. Got me suspended for 3 whole days. I was so embarrassed about the whole thing. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, Sabaton. But Joachim isn't the only one who can deliver the auditory smackdown. The whole band breathes and bleeds the same epicness. They play big, they play loud, and they have more fun than should be necessary. Or legal. They're fun junkies. They have an addiction to fun, and they like to spread it around and turn everyone else into fun junkies. They are one of the most amiable and energetic bands out there. But most especially Joachim. He regularly does silly shit for kicks, from stripping on stage, to crowd surfing into the pool, to just straight up doing karaoke with fans.
Party, let's go party. Come on, party, let's go party.
Ha ha ha, they're pretty chipper for a band that regularly sings about the horrors of the Holocaust. And that's where we get into the not so good parts of Sabaton. There's a bit of a whiplash between songs and personas. You have guys cracking jokes like this.
What do you fight with those things? Water? Sperm?
And then singing stuff like this. Dude, you can't really make jokes about semen right before singing about some serious shit. You can't go from penis to Passchendaele. That's just not right, man. Their persistent fun and jovial attitude combined with their overall mighty and glorious sound kinda makes the slower and more somber songs seem out of place and sometimes even insincere, which is a bummer because they are good, very heartfelt songs. It's just that sometimes they don't fit in. And on another note, a lot of their songs blend together, largely due to pretty much all of them being about war. Now granted, they sing about a wide range of conflicts, both big and small, but there's still only a narrow range of emotions you can wring out of conflict in general. You can only sing about the miseries and glories of war so many times before everyone just goes, alright, we get it. What else you got? Now I like Sabaton, and I like songs about historical battles, but Sabaton could benefit from a little more versatility because, for the most part, they only have 3 kinds of songs: fast songs about war, slow songs about war, and songs about heavy metal. Yeah, that last one is a legit category. They love metal. They have songs like Metal Machine, Metal Crew, Metal Ripper, Metalizer, Super Metal 64, Metal 2, Electric Boogaloo, blah 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 blah, so on and so forth. Sabaton sticks a little too rigidly to what they do, and they need to mix it up a bit to avoid becoming too formulaic. Although, to be fair, what they do, they are of course very good at doing. They can make you feel almighty and powerful, and they can make you weep quietly to yourself like a sissy girl. And I've already fanboyed over how energizing and electrifying they are, so let's shed some light on their nimble mastery of heartstring tugging by watching their video for Uprising. This song is about the Warsaw Uprising, where Polish resistance sought to free their fair city from the grip of the invading Nazi cocksuckers. And the video is, well, very good, very moving, very stirring. Pardon me for a moment. Sorry about that, had to take care of some things, some important things, some very not crying manly tears of sadness things. I'm not fooling you, am I? But for real, this music video is excellent, and it really brings to light just how serious Sabaton is about the topic of war. Watch it. Like, right now. Fuck the rest of my review, watch Uprising. It's not like you give a shit about the second half of my reviews when I get all analytical and criticky and shit. Go watch it now. And check out everything else Sabaton has to offer. Even if some of their stuff runs together and seems out of place, Sabaton is still a raging shot of spicy hot awesome sauce. So do your heavy metal duty and suck it back, brother. Take in all of their overzealous magnificence and do something epic with your newfound energy. Make a bacon statue and then eat it. Punch a tiger in the face. Paint a fence. From space. Because Sabaton will, with its melodious and majestic tales of heavy metal mastery, inspire you to do similar acts of over-the-top machismo and excellence, just like heavy metal should. I'm Happy Viking, and you've just been given your recommended dosage of heavy metal. So rock on, and drink responsibly.
Voiceovers said, was you hardened in battle, there's no coming back. And before the attack, till your blood starts to boil in your veins as you charge. As the fire inside is ignited by bloodshed, the inner circus from no. Will it be as was said? Will the serpent be woken? Fenrir howls, Swedish pagans.
Det är headbanging material det där.